Look at this utter trash can day for price action. This is going to be a review for Monday, June 30th, last day of the month, holiday week, non-farm week, trash can price action. That said, I'm going to show you how using the one dot entry function could have yielded a 1 hour day for you. Let me go to market replay. Market opens at 9:30. So I'm going to show you two setups using the one dot entry function, using the dots bias indicator, as well as showing how I used NQ stats over here to avoid a potential loser. So you go to market open, dots are mixed. When the dots are mixed, do nothing. I'm looking for a column of all red or green dots, which you get right here. So a one dot entry function is if the dots are all red in one column, you are selling the close of the 1 minute candle that corresponds with the first column of all red dots. Selling the close of the 1 minute candle. The ATR in this instance is 15 points. 15, so close enough for government work. 15, close enough for government work. And you just let it play out one way or the other. So this was a close one. MNQ, it hit 15 points. NQ, it also barely hit 15 points. So this is a one and done day. Technically, one dot entry function by the letter of the law. If you're just trading it as a black box, obviously there are other ways of using the dots, but I'm just giving an example of a positive expectancy system, the one dot entry function. So again, dots are red, you're short biased, and let me just fix this. This day just turned into a trash can. Just no follow through, price folding back on itself. So if you missed this setup, break even, whatever, dots are mixed. And so right here you get a column of all red dots, a one dot entry function. You are selling the close of the 1 minute candle, and you are using 30, 48. You're using the ATR, 1 minute ATR as a stop and target, close enough for government work. And you just let the trade play out one way or the other, two winners. And then the day just turns into an absolute trash can. Absolute trash can. Oscar the Grouch. Divergences with ES, no follow through. Red dots, no follow through. And I'm just going to show you a quick setup of when to potentially avoid a one dot entry function. So winner, winner. I like to close my day at plus 1R or minus 2R, and then just live to fight another day if I'm down. So here's a plus 1R here, plus 1R here. So this setup, I like to use something called the hourly stats on the NQ stats website. So basically, if you look on the left where the chart is, so at 11 o'clock, make a little vertical line. You look left. You look for the high and low of the previous hour. So the 10 a.m. hour is right, high is right here, and then the low is right here. This indicator PL, PH. So if the low is taken in the first 20 minutes, so if you look on the right, takes prior hour low, and then this column right here in the first 20 minutes, so you go to 11 a.m., there's a high likelihood that price will trade back to the hourly open before the hour ends. Chris used to have actual probabilities. I think takes out prior high, takes out prior low. 83% chance of the open happening. So right here you get a one dot entry function, but there's an 82% chance that this level is going to get hit. So in this situation, if your stop is basically below where price is a high likelihood, 82% chance of getting hit, probably not a good idea to take a short with the odds favoring a retracement here. So not saying this is a fade the dots, long here to the retracement, the hourly open, but this is a setup that could have been avoided if you study and pay attention to the hourly NQ stats. And then conversely, so we had all red dots. The initial balance break is another item of the NQ stats that I like to use. You use the opening hour, 9:30 to 10:30. The initial balance stats were suggesting that these highs where my mouse is would get tagged, so that kind of goes against the dots. So when you have confluences or variables that are kind of opposed to one another, that's kind of a day you want to be on your hands, not be too aggressive, be conservative. I want to trade with confluences stacking in my favor, trading with the wind at my back, and today just wasn't it. And all that said, the dots had two one dot entry functions that worked in a crappy day like this. So for the dots, if you're interested in using them or trying them out, today was a crappy day and it kind of did its job earlier in the morning. So 7-day free trial, link in the bio if you're interested in checking them out. Feel free to ask me any questions via Twitter, DMs, what have you. And yeah, hope to see you in the room.